What? What do you mean I haven't been posting Luigi Galaxy videos in a while? What do you mean I've been posting them every day? Yahoo! Anyway, welcome back to another Luigi Galaxy episode. I'm your host, as I always was and as I always will be, Michael McMahon, and today we're playing Luigi Galaxy. So, it's been a while, so I have some topics to talk about. So first of all, we can talk more about Dark Souls. I've already had like an episode about it, but now I could probably go more in depth now that I've beat it, and like my plans with the franchise or whatever, or streaming it or whatever. So, as I said before, I've been playing Dark Souls for a while. Like I talked about how it's been like the only game that I've been like actively playing, and I finally beat it after all these I think it's like year and a half or something. But yeah, it's finally over. It took me 86 hours. I have 86 hours in the game, and that's really something. So now that I'm finally done with that, I'm thinking that it would be cool to stream it, because like I said, it's pretty cool to like go around in Dark Souls and sort of like know what you're doing now that you've beaten it, and like there's so much more stuff to do in the game that you could do with making a new game plus or something like that. So overall, the experience for Dark Souls is like it's not like a classically like rewarding game like as far as the story goes. Like it doesn't really wrap it up in a nice little bow or anything like that. But of course you get just the basic rewards of just like how it feels to like beat a boss, which is really cool. The last boss in the game, like how the game is kind of structured, I'm not going to spoil too much, but how the game is kind of structured is that towards the end of the game you fight some like relatively easier bosses than you've been fighting earlier, because like it's sort of a question of like if you're actually supposed to kill these people, these bosses. And that sort of works in with the story, how the bosses get like somewhat easier towards the end, like the last couple of bosses. But the very last boss of the game is like incredibly hard. It's probably like the hardest boss in the game. He's the only time in the game when like you absolutely like need to parry, because like what parrying is like it's a very like precise time you press a button and your shield like bumps an attack away, and then and then it staggers the person, and you could like deliver like a really like powerful attack while he's staggered. And that's usually for like lower enemies. Like there's no other boss in the game that can be parried, but this last boss, you have to parry him, because a lot of times in the game the hardest things are, well, a lot of it is like big giant like blobs of enemies, but some of the harder enemies are like the humanoid ones who sort of like act and react like a player does. Like the story of Dark Souls involves adventurers going hollow, which means like they just become like sort of like zombies eventually because of like a curse. And I don't want to deal with that. What am I gonna put up with, Denny? But some of the hardest bosses are those hollows that like, use the same weapons that you do and like act the same way that you do. And the last boss in the game is very like that, because it's just like, a guy with a sword, but like it's a lot of attack damage and a lot of like agility and dexterity that he has, that usually you don't deal with boss. Usually what the plan is for a Dark Souls boss is you have to get up like really close to him, and then like his attacks like can't hit you as much. But that's pretty much the same thing with this guy, but his attacks are gonna hit you anyway, so you have to parry them. So yeah, it was a pretty fun game, and I mean like looking back on it, like after like so much time I've like, put into it. Big Mouth's gold bait. Ooh, like I'm able to like watch YouTube videos on it or whatever, and I see that there's like so many more things that you can do in the game that like I haven't done, and it's really like looks like it's good for like replayability and stuff like that. So I'm thinking I might stream some of it, because when you beat the game, what you can do is do this thing called New Game Plus, where you start a new game, but you have all of your gear and all of your levels. It's like the same character as from the game you just played, but all the enemies are scaled up to your level, so it's not like you're starting all over again, like in a sense that like it's pretty much that like you start with the stuff you had, but it's hard enough, so the difficulty is like similar to what a new game is in Dark Souls. So I've been thinking about trying that out, but I haven't played it in like a week. It's been like a week since I beat it, and I'm not sure if I really want to get back into it too much, because like it's good to have like a break from video games, which I've said I wanted to do. I guess like this is kind of like playing video games, but sort of just because I want to like keep the series up. I haven't done a video on it in a while, and it's been my goal, my personal goal, to have like a full Let's Play of a game. I think that would be cool. I think we're kind of close. These eels are getting kind of close. Yeah. Do I have to like? What is this? Does this kill me? Does this kill me? You know, you never know until you find out. Let's see. Okay, no, it doesn't kill me. Yahoo! Yeah! So yeah, I'm not sure where these other star things are. I'll have to see. Oh wow, this is nice. See, they save all the interesting levels for the hungry Lumas. That's nice. That's just nice. Yeah, the swimming controls in this game are just stellar. I just love them. If you're a longtime fan of the show, you know. I just love these swimming controls. Alright, looks like we're on an upper echelon now. There's the camera that I want. So, I guess, are the other two around? Here's a thing, I guess. Guess I could have this now, I don't know. So, now, looks like we can explore the underground. Freaking Undertale. Man, I love Undertale. Undertale's coming up for the Switch. I'm probably gonna get it since I have a Switch for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why there's these star corners. It seems like all I have to do is bring this back, over here and, like, shoot it into the thing, unless there's only, like, a star corner in there. So, we'll just have to see and find out. Like, look at this. I hate this. Let me out. Yeah. We'll see. Tube. Okay. So, gotcha. Yeah, so streaming on TVG is kind of like hard because I don't really have a setup for live streaming, and like, I play Dark Souls on Xbox, so I wouldn't even be able to like stream it well anyway, like if I was gonna do it like on a PC, but I'd like to do it just like the way I'm recording these videos, since you can stream from a phone. So maybe I'll do that tonight. Yeah, I'll upload this video today, and I'll tell you guys that I'll do some Dark Souls streaming tonight. Haha. Really, really great stuff, dude. Okay, new galaxy engine room. Great, awesome, got it. Well, thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.